That guy didn't get hired. I've done a couple hundred hiring in my life, and I want to share one of the worst interview that I had. There was a referral guy. He was a salesperson that we were looking for salesperson in our company as well, and referred one of my colleagues, and we set it up interview with that guy. And it's natural conversation starter. Tell me about yourself. And he said, what do you want to know? I think that was the most stupid way to answer questions. And the reason is this guy could be one of the best salesperson in his current team. But the thing is this, we generally work with people that we like. It's not always the most competent. Here's why. I'm married for 20 years, 4 kids. I don't spend 40 hours time with my family. I spend few hours a day. If you calculate the quality time that I spend with my family, maybe less than 20 hours a week. But I do spend 40 hours with my colleagues, sometimes more than 40 hours. Therefore, it's not about your pure competency. It's about how are you like a person? Do I like you? Do I enjoy your attitude? What does your culture look like? Those things are more important than your skill set, because in today's environment, approximately anyone can do the job. We're not like colonizing Mars. You get a guy with a good attitude, you can teach anything. So therefore, I just didn't see him. We're like, what do you want to know? I don't want to know anything about you. I just ended the conversation nicely. I just moved on. So that guy didn't get hired. But something I want to talk about is confirmation bias. First impression is one of the most important thing in the interview, because do you want to be wrong? Nobody wants to be wrong. Everyone wants to prove they're right. So this is a psychology people have, because we all have something called ego. So now you're the guy interviewing your manager, your technical, your tech lead, you're accomplished in that company, you make hiring decision. Of course, you're going to have ego. You think you're kicking ass. You come to the interview as a tech lead or hiring manager. The guy walks in from the door, the way that he shakes your hand, the way that he sits, or the way that he shows up in the Zoom, the background, the lighting, the angle of the camera, the voice, the quality of microphone, all these things will matter. If the first second, people always judge you. We don't live in utopia. And their judgment in the first second is either this guy's making it, oh, he looks good, or he's not going to make it, he looks bad. So let's say the first thing is the guy had the first good impression, and he already or she already made a decision, this guy is good. Now, throughout the interview, the guy will only try to prove himself, most likely, because interviewer is going to say some things like, oh yeah, that's why he's good, because it's not about him, it's about himself. Oh, that is why he's good. See that? I knew that he was good. So for the entire 1 hour of interview process, the guy is them trying to prove that he's right most of the time. Vice versa, you have the first bad impression, the guy gave up on you. Whether it's your facial expression, you're nervous, you look like a guy that I like a serial killer, I look like you, I'm not comfortable looking at your face because you're nervous. It's going to reflect like a mirror. So now for the rest of the interview, no matter how good you are, most likely that person will try to prove himself that you're not the right guy. So he will look for the answer. Even you say the right thing, he's going to try to argue with you. That's why first impression is very important. If you're doing lots of Zoom meeting, you have to set up your microphone, set up your Zoom, set up your everything is so nice that you have the first smile, first nice impression, good lighting. One common mistake people make in the Zoom interviews today is many tech workers, they have multiple screens. So they have a screen right here, okay? And they have a laptop right here, because you can't put the laptop in front of your screen, because when you open, it's going to cover the screen. So you put the laptop on right, you have a secondary monitor, and then you put the Zoom on there, on the secondary monitor. So you think that you're looking at the guy who is interviewing you, but your camera from your laptop is facing your chin. So now you're talking to a screen and the guy on the other side sees your chin. These are the small things that people don't pay attention in the interviews. First impression lasts. Why? Because nobody wants to be wrong. Everyone wants to prove they're right. If you have a good first impression, the rest of the interview most likely will go better. If you have a first bad impression, rest of the interviews, they're going to try to look for the things that they don't like. So pay attention for those kind of things in the interviews.